Morning everyone. We got a 2014 Chevy Cruze diesel. I'll be doing the fuel filters on, and I'm gonna be changing the sensor out for the emissions. It's got a particulate filter, diesel particulate filter sensor that it's gone bad. Check engine light keeps coming on. Every time I clear it, keeps coming back up. It's been going on for a couple months now, and I finally got the time to be able to work it out and get it fixed. That's what we're going to be working on today. Right here is the sensor we're going to be swapping. Just like O2 sensor, just for the emissions on the car. So we'll be switching that out, and then we'll be changing the filters out too, which right here. So I got two of them, and the car only takes one, but I got two because better deal if you buy two, and you're gonna have to switch them out anyway. So, yep, yeah, we'll get her all jacked up over here on the other side, and we'll get underneath there and change them out. I'll show you guys where everything's at. And first, it's got this skid cover that we're gonna have to take off. Just takes these little plastic screws, or bolts I should say, these little plastic clips right here. There's a few of them all around this. It takes about a 10mm. And it's got one metal one, usually up here in the front, that you gotta take out. Yeah, this one right here, if you can see that one. It's a steel one that you gotta take out and get it to focus here. But, yep, so we'll get that out, get it out of the way. And then we'll get in there and start working on it. Got the cover pulled off, so now I'll show you guys what it looks like, cover off. So I usually just put the pieces in the cover and just slide it off to the side. But right here is going to be your canister for your filter. Let's see if I can get it zoomed in a little bit better. Better focus here. So that's the filter canister right here. So what you do is you spin this nut. It's plastic, so you want to be really careful. You spin this off, and it's like a bowl. This drops down, the filter goes in on the inside, and then be a little O-ring up here. I'll show you that once I get it all apart. And then the sensor that we're changing out is going to be all the way over here. So there's the sensor that we're going to be swapping out. The module comes up. See if you can see it. It just bolts right here, right next to. If I can get the camera right here. Zoom around a little bit, go a little distance. So right here is the diesel filter bowl, and then right here is the sensor lock up in here, bolts right on the side. So we're gonna have to fish this all out, get it all unclipped and pulled so that we can get this out. It's up inside here. Can't really see it real well. I'll have to get a light and show you guys where it's at, but it's up in there. We'll get to it, show you everything where it's at. So, yep. Alright, so we got the fuel bowl off. Right here's where it threads into. You'll have a little O-ring right here on this little shaft. You can see it right here that you're going to want to take off and replace. It's a little O-ring right here. It's a little bitty one right here. It'll come with a new one in the kit. Most of them should. And then this is the canister itself. That's the new filter in. There's the old one. And there'll be an O-ring right here around this too that you're going to want to take off and replace as well. They said the kit comes with both of them in the bag there. So of course it's starting to rain, so I'm going to try to get this knocked out pretty quick so I don't get much water in here. Ah, shoot. So alright, we got the sensor threaded out. You can see down here, this is what it is. Just threads right out. So it takes a 24mm wrench, which I did not have. I went to a couple places, tried to find one, but nobody had any. So I just used the old universal crescent right there. And it took a little bit. It actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Used the penetrating oil there with the torch, the handheld torch. Got her heated up, sprayed her, cooled her down once, and then heated her back up again. Sprayed her a little bit, but kept her really hot the second time. Put the wrench on her, and she spun right off real quick and easy. So got it out. So now we just have to come back and take the module off here. Let's see if I can get this to switch for you guys. Well, it's not going to, of course. So okay, let me give you right here. So if we can get it to focus, that's the bottom nut for it right there. Top one is in up here, but the module's bolted right here. So you have to take, we can get it here, this wire clip right here, this wire connector's got to come out, this one right here. So take that off, and then it's hooked on the top. The part that's hooked to the sensor comes off the top. So unclip this, take these two bolts off, slip it off, put the new one on, and thread the new sensor in, and we should be good. So, but yeah, we'll make sure we thread it in before we bolt it back on. I'm gonna thread it through after I put her in, and it should be pretty straightforward. So, but I'll show you guys once it's all done what it looks like. Alright, so there's the the new one in. Ran all the way back through, new zip tie down. Alright, so and this is the sensor, the only sensor that you had to unplug. I wanted to show you this. This is the little plastic, if it'll focus here. The little plastic clip right here that you have to use to unclip it, and you can see it just pulls straight down. Let me get it focus in here. Come on, there we go. It just pulls straight down. This is how it unclips. So it'll have these two little tabs here, and I just use a little screwdriver and put right on the tab right here, and pull down on it. I know sometimes if you're like me, you have a hard time with these stupid things because they're all different and they all work differently, it seems like. I mean, by no way am I a master mechanic, but there might be rhyme or reason to them, but it seems like every time I touch one, it has a different way that it works. So, but that one just pulls straight down. So we're gonna push it back in. So we're gonna take your back straight up and in. Let's see if I can look at what I'm doing here. Push her straight in, and then you just push that straight back up, and that's it. Now she's in, ready to go. So, but that's it. So that's all I had to do to switch it out. Put my guard back up and everything. Big thing too is make sure you reprime it. These self-prime, so you just cycle the key a few times. I usually go until I don't hear any more air coming through here, because you'll hear this start to fill, and you'll hear a bunch of air coming through here when you turn the ignition key on. Don't start it, just turn the key on. So, and then that'll start to fill and reprime the system. Like I said, I like to do it a few times until I stop hearing air, feel comfortable with it. So, but yeah, so if you guys helped you out at all, any little bit at all, do me a favor and just hit the subscribe button on there, and I'd appreciate it. So, and then I can keep trying to do some more of these and keep bringing you guys some cool stuff to watch. Thanks. So another piece too, I had to take these screws for this module off. These ones right here, these little nuts. They're 10mm. And that top one is kind of a pain. It's all the way up on the back side here. You can feel it. You can't see it, but you can feel it. But the fuel bowl is in the way on it, so you can't really get up in there with a socket or anything like that and a wrench, because the modular sticks out too far, so you can't get a wrench on it. So what I found that worked is I used this. I just had about a 6-inch extension with a swivel on the end of it, and that worked pretty good. Luckily it was pretty easy coming off. It didn't fight me too much. You still got to kind of fiddle with it some, but it's not absolutely horrible. So it's by far from the worst that I've ever had to fight off. So this is what worked really well for me for getting it off. So if that helps you guys out at all.